All right, everybody. All right, I think we're, let's see, it's on this side. What side is it? It's on this side. Make some, adjustments there. We're back, everybody. We're back. Another week. My throat's still killing me. I'm still not feeling the greatest. I'll put some water over here, I guess, so I can have some. I need to have water over here so I can mix some paint and stuff. We're gonna start painting this week, y'all. We're gonna start painting. Um, Hopefully this is better with the mic. I had the mic over here before. I thought it was like kind of in the shot a lot, so I moved it. I got it on a little stand. I got some brushes for today's session. Um, I figure we'll work mostly in the actual cloth area. I got some flat brushes. I got some fan. I got a fan brush. I got some little skinny brushes too, just so we can kind of in work in the cloth. I want to kind of get like the blue cloth tightened up today. So that's my main focus for today. I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time with just chitty chatting. So I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing some paint, and we can cut to the live scene. So we're just continuing our Jesus painting. Um, this blue that I've got, I can't even tell what the name of it is. It just says Ultra, and I can't even pronounce that blue, but it's a blue. You know, at the end of the day, it's a blue. We're gonna put some blue on our crusty old palette we got. We're gonna put some blue in here. Um, Boom. Got us some blue paint on there. We're gonna get some black paint, maybe a little purple. Maybe we'll make it a little bit purplish. So I'll add a little purple to the side here. We got this is a metallic purple. I thought I had a regular purple. I mean, it'll be fine. We can just put a little bit of purple. Boom. It may give it a little shimmer, a little shine. Um, we're gonna need some black. So I've got this is just um, regular black right here. So we'll put some black on here. Boom. Got some black. We've got this should be titanium white. So we'll mix in some titanium white. Here I'll put it off to the side here. Put the titanium white just for mixing, and we'll have some gesso and some mixing white. So this is gesso. We'll put gesso in the middle. Put some gesso in the middle. Boom. And I'll put some mixing white next to the blue. And that should be good. I think this is mixing. So yeah. So bam. Some mixing white. Alright, cool. That's the colors we're gonna use, y'all. And I think I want to start with a nice flat kind of brush. So I think this is a decent size. We can kind of just like go over it. So the objective is to get the, more dark. I want it darker. So I'm gonna mix my darker one off to the side, I think. So I'm gonna just put some black. I'll go grab some blue off of there. And then I'm gonna hit this with some of that gesso. Scoop up some of that gesso, put in there. We might have to add more blue. So Let me go ahead and get some more blue. Boom. There we go. Get some more blue in it. So we got a little black, a little blue. We have a little gesso. Maybe more gesso. Let's see how we're doing there. Alright. Now we get into a nice, if you can see it, I'm getting to a nice blue color that I want. Kind of darken this up. We got a lot of paint on this brush right now, so let's just see how we're looking. I think we can start at the bottom corner here, kind of like just start, you know, doing our fabric. And it's fine if you go over the edge, man. You know, we're gonna kind of start making drapery kind of deals too. You know. You can slowly kind of get that in there. There we go. And I think with a little more gesso will actually be good. Get that in there. There we go. And you know, I don't mind if the paint is thick to me. I want the paint to be kind of thick and have it more like it's drapery, you know. So, boom, boom. A little spot shining through, you know. And I think we can do the same on the other side, you know. Come in with that, you know. We can go ahead and kind of hit the edge there. Letting some of that blue shine through, you know. And I mean, we're just trying to create an illusion of that is draped around him, you know. And I may want to go a lot darker in certain spots, so I think right here, kind of want it darker. We may end up coming back with some blacks, you know. You can always get more gesso. Add a little more gesso and it'll lighten it up a little bit, or a little mixing white, you know. You know, I like the paint to be kind of thick, you know, as I'm laying it down. You know, and I'm just gonna have fun with it, you know. And this is like an easy way to apply it. Just, you know, you can just kind of be free flowing with it, man. You know, give it this treatment. And I think for in there, we're gonna go ahead and kind of make it even. Excuse me, y'all. Still dealing with this cough, y'all. Really dark underneath his. So we'll clean this brush off. One thing I forgot to get was a rag, y'all. Alright, we can go with a little bit smaller brush. And I think we can take some of this mixing white. And I'm going to dab that in there. Dab that in there. Get a little bit of that mixing white in there. Because here, I kind of want to, do that. Get a little bit of that gesso in there too. You might want it to be a little bit lighter on the shoulders there, I'm thinking. A little bit lighter here. Boom, boom, boom. But still kind of like making like it's folding. You know? You know? And what I could do is I can get some of that blue and black, come back on this side. Yeah. Yeah, I like how that's looking right there. And you know, I kind of like my paints to be a lot thicker, man. So, and if we want, we can add a little bit of purple, I think, which will be nice too. Like a little bit of purple into that. Watch this. I think I'm gonna like it with a little bit of purple in there. I'm gonna come right in here. Yeah. Okay. I like how we're building it up though. It's starting to come together. So we can always fix the book if we go over it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And like I said, I really like how it's coming out. I think we got a good thing going here. I'm gonna take some more of this blue, brighten it up a little bit, and I'm gonna fill this in right here with a little bit of brighter blue. Right underneath the hand to make it just a little darker in that area. Okay, and what we can do is take the darker and kind of come down with it like this. There we go. Okay, and I think a little bit lighter inside there is going to be fine. I may take a little more gesso and do like this. Kind of make it a little bit more of a lighter color there. Let's see. We can water it down a little bit. Take a little water. Let's see how this does. So let's see. So now we're going to take a watered down version. Kind of touch that. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be nice. Okay. I like what we got going here. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep this going. Okay. I think what we're going to do is, now that the drapery is starting to look a lot darker, I can even go a little darker in some of the other areas. I want to use a different brush though. I think we're going to go with, maybe we go with this brush. Let's try this one out. And we're just going to continue kind of building on this, y'all. I might use a little more black, because there's definitely areas that I want to be darker, you know, and definitely under the hand, you know. So it looks like it's, there we go, darker there. I want it darker along the outside too, you know. So I definitely want to mix a little more black, a little bit more black and blue kind of deal. I definitely want it darker here, you know. And I definitely want it darker on this side too. You know, and I think along the edge here, we can probably go a little darker. Let's do this. I've got ideas, and I just kind of make this up as I go, everybody. You know, I'm not following the picture at this point, you know. You know, at this point, we've left the picture. The picture is now just a reference, you know. It's not anything that I'm going to continue to completely follow, you know. At this point, we're on our own path, you know. We're going to add our own strokes and our own path at this point. And, you know, I definitely want the book to be shiny, so we're going to hit that with like a, you know, a metallic kind of gold, you know. But I do like how I do like what we got going so far. You know, we just got to keep working it, you know. We just got to keep working it. Let's go ahead and, okay, that looks good. Let's do this. You know, I think I can go with a smaller brush at this point, because we're going to try to add in a little more details and stuff. And if you notice, what I like to do is I like to let the light stuff that we did earlier shine through. All right, let's get like a smaller. This one is a tad smaller than what we had. Put some water on it. We'll get some more blue in there. You Just doing some mixes of blue and black, basically. We're gonna try to refine some edges, y'all. You know, refine some edges. You know, if I need to put a little more gesso in that, I can. You know. Okay. I mean, we're mainly just going to focus on drapery today, and I think this is going to be fine. You know, tomorrow maybe we'll hit the books up. I think the book will be what we'll tackle next, and then, you know, we'll work our way up maybe. So, I mean, everybody has their own way of doing things, and I definitely have mine. And I like what we got going right now. I need like a detail brush to like hit this up. Yeah, I think we're gonna need a little bit more of a detailed brush to hit that spot up. So let's swap brushes, man. Now I think I don't really have any fine detailed ones, so we're gonna have to work with what I got here. I think this one will work. I'm just gonna have to keep touching the paint. So let's see here. There we go. There we go. This is the one we're gonna have to use, and we're just gonna have to kind of keep tipping it back in there. Getting more paint on it each time. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight because it is supposed to be fabric, you know, so it's not, it doesn't have to be 100% perfectly straight, you know. Let's see here. Yeah, I like how this is coming out. I mean, I'm excited about what we got going here. You know, I definitely want it darker in this crevice, I think. I think what we need to do, because the detail brush is not going to hit the way I want. It's more of like for fine lines. Let's try, what about this one? Let's try this brush here. Now this one here might work. This is another detail brush. It's a little bit thicker though. So I think we can go a little darker. Put a little more black on there. And mix some more blue in there. Alright, let's see where we at. Okay, so right in here under his hand, kind of want that darker. You know? There we go. You know? And I think We're gonna hit this up with that. Get some more gesso in there. We can kind of lighten that part up a little bit. Boom, a little gray. Boom. There we go. I like that. I like that. That looks good. You know? Okay. There we go. There we go. It's looking good, I think. I think it's starting to look good. If we wanted to, we could let it dry and then wash it with a little purple. With like a gesso and purple kind of deal. I think we went a little too dark in there, but that's okay. Do like that. Boom. That's looking good too. The thing is, at the bottom of the canvas here, I don't want to leave any white spots, so I'm going to put it up on the thing there so we can kind of like hit this bottom edge. And I think we're going to mix like just more blacks in there. We're going to come across this edge here. And just go up with it like that, yeah. You know. That's the thing about a painting, you know, you want to kind of have a little overlap over the edge. You know, you want to hit these edges because it'll kind of like, you know, it'll be like little white spots or whatever. It looks weird. To me, it looks weird. Maybe not to everybody, but to me, it looks weird. So you want to hit those edges and try to, you know, coat the side with paint a little bit, you know. Okay. I really like what we got going here, y'all. I mean, I think it's starting to look good. We're starting to get, you know, what it should be. Now, all right. Now, where we at on time, y'all? We're at 28 minutes already, man. Like, I feel like time warps when I start doing stuff, man. I feel like time warps, man. I do kind of want to put a little more purplish kind of color on it. So I think what we can do is kind of like do like a gesso kind of wash with purple and see how it looks. So we got purple, we got some white. So we're gonna mix that. So I don't totally messed up this stuff. So I think we'll use this side with the white and the purple and just kind of hit it and see what it does. I'm gonna take some purple, boom. Take some white, boom. You know, take some of this mixing white, boom. Maybe a little more purple. And we're gonna make a mix. And then I'm gonna hit it with water. Kind of make it a little thinner, I think. But I want this kind of dry some. And then we'll see. I may actually have to darken it up. Let's see. Put a little water in it. That'll thin it out. Thin it a little bit. Let me see. Let's see. See, that's going to be a little too bright, I think. Because we want his cloth to be kind of darker. So, maybe we have to go into this. And let's do another mix. So we'll have like a purplish kind of color, but it'll be darker. Let's see how that looks. It's kind of close to what I wanted. It's a little too light, see? It's a little too light. So let's get some darker colors in there. And scoop that off. The thing about painting, man, is you can keep messing with it and keep adding paint and all that. So I never let any mistakes that I feel like are mistakes bother me at all, because I feel like we can go darker or lighter, and it'll be fine. You know. I just felt like we might have went a little too dark in some areas, so maybe we just lighten it up some with this purplish kind of. Come in here and hit some different areas. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're happy with your painting, that's all that matters. You know. I think that's looking good, y'all. I think I'm kind of happy with what we got going. And like I said, I like to layer stuff, so I'll just keep layering, man. Till I get it the way I want it, you know. That part I might actually have to kind of touch it up with a smaller brush. I think we gotta use a smaller brush in that little area. So I'll clean this one off. I should have had a rag. I didn't bring a rag, which sucks. Use a smaller brush. We'll kind of go a little bit, I think, back to dark on that. Let's see. Some of that gesso in there. Boom. Flatten that out a little bit. I might have took away too much of the black, y'all. I did want some of that black to stand out there. Like that. Alright, that's looking good. I like what we got going here. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. And if we went too dark, we can definitely fix that up with a little bit of black. It's gonna give us a like that. You know, we can definitely go back a little darker if we went too light. You know, we can definitely add a little more black in there. You know, which is totally fine. This side here, I kind of want to get a little bit cleaned up. Right above the book, I feel like the book is not hitting above the book here. It's not hitting the way it should. So we need to mix that back. Maybe a little more blue and black kind of deal there. Let's see. Did I get blue enough? I might need to go blue, more blue. Let's try this right here. Like right above the book, I feel like it should be like that maybe. And then maybe we just kind of bring this up like that. Hit on that a little bit. Okay. Okay. I think it's coming together, y'all. Like, really do. You know, like, I'll keep messing with things. That's the thing about me, too, man. I'll just keep messing with it until I feel like I'm comfortable, and then I'm like, oh, that's good. You know, we can just keep layering paint to me. I mean, I'll just keep doing till it's thick. You know. Okay. Right in here. Do some little touches. All right. I feel like we did good with the drapery today. I like how it's turning out. I really do. I like how the drapery is turning out. I really do. Um, are there some areas I think we can still touch up later? Yeah. There's always going to be areas you can touch up later. You know? Always going to be areas you can touch up later. You know? But overall, I like how it's starting to turn out, y'all. We're going to go with actual gold tomorrow, y'all. I'll probably do the book. I'll fill this in with gold, and we'll do the plate with some gold. Um, and then, we're going to give him like a bronze kind of majestic kind of look to his skin. I definitely want to do that, you know, as well. And I think these little circles here, I think there's some kind of diamonds. We may go with like maybe silver or something. I don't know. I don't really know. We're going to kind of mesh that out as we go. Um, but today's session, we did a good 40 minutes almost of just doing some drapery, and we got it kind of looking like it's starting to kind of have like little folds in the drapery and stuff, which is good. Um, so I'm happy with what we got going. I think we just continue, and tomorrow, we can definitely attack the book, the gold stuff. I don't know if this is actual gold in the back here, but these buildings or whatever it is, we're just gonna kind of hit that up too, maybe. Because this stuff here, I think is kind of like a goldish color almost, and it's like a sea green, like it's almost like it's like the ocean or something back there or something. I don't know. And then obviously the sky we can touch up. I mean, we'll hit it all this week, and hopefully by Friday we'll finish up with doing the eyes. I'm gonna save the eyes for last. As we go, and we'll just tighten it up as we go, and just keep going. We're gonna keep working it, but I'm happy with what we got going so far. We just got to keep, like I said, just keep working a little bit each day. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you staying warm out there, because it's been definitely cold, man. It's been it was like 7 degrees this morning, which is crazy, so I really like what we got going here. We're gonna keep working this out. At the end, by Friday, I think we're gonna have a really nice looking picture of Jesus. And I'll probably sign it on this side, I'm guessing. We'll figure that out too as we go. We may sign it in like a light blue or something, so it's like in the drapery or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out too. But the gold, we'll hit up some gold, and we'll try to like tighten up the book tomorrow, and everything that's gold. So those little stars. Well, I might actually do those stars later, because I want to kind of like wash the sky with blue, which really I could probably do like a grayish blue today in the sky. Ain't like I got like a lot going on. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to drink some of this tea because my throat is killing me, y'all. We could light wash. We could light wash the sky, which would be fine. We could do that today. Let's see. We can light wash the sky. Let's see. If I can get the right mix, we'll light wash the sky. Oh yeah. like a sky, like kind of bluish color. I mean, we're going to use a lot of the same colors in this painting, so I want it to be more wet though. There we go. Let's get it wet. A light baby bluish kind of color. Let's see. You know, we can. I could probably add a little bit of that purple in there. Oops, I'm hitting the microphone. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to cover the star up completely, so maybe we add a little bit of gray in there. Hit this up. And we'll just cover it up. It's fine. Because I know where the star is. We can add it in later. Let's see. Can I get that out of there? One of the bristles came off. I hate when it happens, y'all. This sometimes happens, and then you gotta kind of get it off of there. When the bristles come off, that sucks, y'all. So yeah, we can just kind of like hit that up like that. That's fine, man. And we know we're gonna do a star on this side, so it will be nice. We will get it in there. Maybe we'll just do this one side today. And we can actually add a little bit of purple in there. Get some water on this. Add a little bit of purple in there. I like a little bit of purple in it. There we go. All right, yeah, that's gonna look cool. And we can kind of fade that purple down. I'm hitting the microphone. I got the microphone. So I was trying a different spot for the microphone, and I'm over here hitting it, man. I'm sorry, y'all. And we can kind of do like that. Fade that down. And actually, if we want, we can make it a little dark, a little bit of a darker sky, too. A little bit of a grayish. So a grayish purple kind of sky. The top. There we go. You know? Yeah. And maybe much lighter blue near the bottom. Let's see. Can we lighten that up? I want to lighten up the bottom a little bit. All right, a little bit darker near the top. And we kind of darken it. A little bit muddier near the top. All right, I think I'm gonna be cool with that, y'all. And we'll mess with the sky a little more tomorrow. Yeah, that's I went a little too dark there. We'll wash that out. We need more blue in that. There we go. Let's get that off of there. Just want to light wash it so I can see it. There we go. And this is going to be fine. We'll tighten it up tomorrow. This is the last thing I'm doing today. As long as I can see that star on it right there, I think we're good. We'll switch hands. I don't do this much often, but I am ambidextrous. Ambidextrous. I always say that. I can do both hands. All right, so let's clean this off. Okay, like I said, I should have had I'll have a napkin for tomorrow so that I can clean it up better. There we go. And we'll dab it off or something. But yeah, this is going to be fine, and we'll thicken that side up tomorrow. Let me see, do I have a dryer brush? I can kind of like scoop some of that off. There we go. That's what we do. Just like that. Just scoop some off. Fine. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so we'll make adjustments tomorrow, and we'll keep working the painting, y'all. I think it's gonna come out really nice. I hope you guys stay tuned, and we'll see the finished product when we get there. I kind of need the mustache to come out a little bit on this side, which we can touch that up once we start painting the face. But we definitely got a really good start going with the drapery and everything. Tomorrow we'll attack the book inside here, the plate some more. Maybe we'll mess with the sky to get the stars in gold and the background done a little bit better. And then finally we'll hit up the hands and the face and stuff. I think inside here we don't have to do a whole lot with the red. I will touch it up some, but I don't think we got to do a whole lot with the red. I'm not really that concerned with that. I think that looks pretty decent where it's at. I'm more concerned about having like a majestic look. So I want to see if I can like make it, have like a bronze majestic look, like wash it with like a bronze paint for the skin. And then with the eyes, we'll go with some brown or hazel eyes to finish that off at the end. Other than that, y'all, I am happy with what we got going. I've been test running this setup by doing this painting. So, yeah, I think this is going to work. I just got to keep messing with the setup to get it right. But yeah, till next time, y'all.